I had the chance to present 2 years ago, and I had 6 minutes then, and we raised 6 million afterwards. So there seems to be a hourly rate of 1 million euro per minute presentation. Today I have 7 minutes, but I have to say that we will raise more than 7 million now, so I will not take cash payments after my speech if you are urged to invest. Nevertheless, I want to excite you about the Wikifolio business model. If I can flip the pages. It's always said FinTech is about innovation outside of banks. This is not true with Wikifolio. Wikifolio was invented within a bank. What you see here is not a picture of my advisor, but kind of my advisor I had some years ago. And he tried to sell me a product which looked really compelling. I took it home, read the contract, took some data, and I realized that since 1953, in not a single year, this product would have made any profit for me. So it was designed to grab my money. And this really made me angry, and I can get very angry. You don't see it here, but I can really get very angry. And this started to make me thinking about how finance products should look like. And the result was Wikifolio. The idea, I think, is quite simple. On our platform, traders, which can be private persons or professionals, can publish their trading strategy. This is what we call a wikifolio. As soon as 10 other users vote for such a wikifolio, we create a fully fledged financial product listed on the exchange, and so customers at any bank in German-speaking markets can invest into this strategy. The business model is related around the performance fee. This means if the follower makes a profit, we deduct this kind of performance fee, which is again shared with the publishing trader. That's the basic idea. To be sure that you got the point, just more detail again. So traders use our platform to publish their trading strategy, primarily based on stocks. Then we create a financial product, an exchange-traded product listed at Börse Stuttgart, EUWAX, the largest exchange for this kind of products. On the other side, the investor can observe. He sees in real time what is this trader doing. He sees every trade, the allocation, a lot of comments and opinions, and then he can invest at any bank into this product, and he gets really the same return without any tracking error on our platform. Just to hear some numbers, I could show you a lot of charts. All have the same shape as shown here. What you see here is the number of published wikifolios, 12,000 so far, and the number of investable wikifolios, more than 4,000. This means we created 4,000 exchange-traded products since 2012, and we have been in the segment of index trackers, where we belong to the number 1 in Germany. In terms of number of products, in terms of number of customer orders, we have been number 2 behind Deutsche Bank, but we work on this stuff. More than 5 million trades, 8 billion volume. Already 10% of all advisors in Germany started to create their own wikifolio to build track record and enter social media marketing. And last but not least, operating cash flow was a 7-digit number last year, so we really earn also money with this approach. Just a short impression of the product. I'm quite fast. It's in German. I'm sorry for this, but we work on the English version at the moment. Different ways to discover the best traders on your platform. Here, a search result showing 8,000 wikifolios with a lot of filters to apply. You can go into details, see all the properties. You'll see, in this example, almost 4 million euro follow this trader, and you can go into details, see every trade in real time without registration on our platform. Very important is here our ecosystem. We have a lot of partnerships with different propositions with them, including HSBC, the largest bank in Europe, OnVista, the largest financial portal, Finance 100, the largest app in Germany, and so on and so on. Also including Comdirect and Consorsbank, which are number 1 and number 2 online brokers in Germany. So I think a very strong setup, and this also helps us to have distribution costs very low and to have a fair fee setup. Just one sentence about competition. I think we are in the sweet spot. I've put here two examples. eToro on the left side, also the same idea following other traders, but very speculative. I think they make a good return, but I've heard that CFD customers lose their money after 12 months on average. This is not true for our customers. They make money on average. But on the right side, you see Motive, or you could place robo-advisors and so on there. These are fair products, but there is a low margin. So I think we have the sweet spot. We have a very good margin for our business, but still a fair and sustainable offer for our investors. So as a summary, I think it's really disruptive what we do. It's not just making it a bit more customer-centric or a bit faster than the banks. It's really new and breaks the rules. I think we democratize the capital market. I hope especially Dutch people like it because you invented the exchange, and you have seen what this has done with your country in the last 400 years. We have transparent access to active strategies like hedge funds, but very transparent, very liquid for all retail customers. And maybe more important, we enable a kind of prosumer, the publishing trader, and we have a cost-free process to create a financial product. I think it's very hard to replicate. We have a lot of technology. Everything is owned by our company. We have a lot of content, a lot of track record, and the fastest one needs 4 years to create a 4-year track record. We have the ecosystem and the brand Wikifolio for transparency. So our mission is, I think, quite clear. Take the success in Germany, stay focused on this model, and go global. And the market we want to address are mass affluent investors worldwide, and there are some trillions around which could be invested into Wikifolios. So I have 10 seconds left from my 7 minutes, but we have also left some euros from the 6 millions I raised 2 years ago. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andreas. This is what I call Austrian precision, ready ahead of time. I would like to start with one question. You mentioned you already have a 7-digit revenue, which is very impressive after a relatively short period of time that you're in the market. What's your plan for the next 3 years? You're raising money now. You have to talk a bit about your plans. Mm-hmm. You want to triple that, or what's your target?
Well, I think we can have a stable growth rate of about 80% per year for as long as our plan goes.
18 or 80?
80% per year.
80. Okay. And second question, you mentioned again the revenue. You mentioned that the traders get a share of the revenue. You mentioned that the issuer gets a share of the revenue, the one German issuer you're cooperating with, and you obviously get a share. You can't disclose the numbers, but what is the percentage of the 100% that go into your pocket, into the trader's pocket altogether, and into the issuer's pocket?
Well, in total, we have a gross margin for Wikifolio of 200 basis points per asset under management. There is performance fee. This is one part of this. From the performance fee, we have a 50-50 with the publishing trader. If the trader has 100,000 or more invested, otherwise the share for us is a bit greater. Besides performance fee, we have 95 basis points from the assets, and we have also some returns on transactions if the follower enters or exits the strategies. We have 3 different pillars. And we are quite happy. I think it's fair for all parties.
And what does Lang & Schwarz get as a percentage from the
Lang
whole
& Schwarz,
cake?
they also do the trade flow behind. And we can't measure it because there's also some risk involved, because they have some netting and so on. So it's difficult to calculate.
How do you assess the profile of your customer and the risk profile of the financial product you are offering to them?
The profile of the investor, of the follower, well, it's rather a self-directed investor. Typically, are guys who have the online brokerage account already opened. But we have also some trade flow from classical retail banks where the customer just calls his advisor and tells him, please take this ISIN and put it into my account. But typically, there are customers between 50,000 and 250,000 money to invest in liquid assets.
Any more questions from the judges?
Maybe a question maybe related to that. I mean, how much skin in the game do you require from the traders? I mean, is it just they publish a strategy and they don't put a dime of their own money in it? Or do you require them to invest some of their money? And what is the liability? Because it's very easy to publish something, and if you publish many different strategies, one of them will be successful and may attract traction just because out of luck it was successful. How do you maintain quality in a sense on the platform?
Well, I think key is this transparency we create. If a trader publishes, we have a KYC process. We also show the clear name of the trader. We send all the price information over the exchange. This is then spread to 20 portals, so it's not possible to delete. And we restrict one single trader to 8 wikifolios. And we always show all his strategies. So if you look at his wikifolio, see also his best and his worst, and can get the list of all the wikifolios. And as we've observed, this transparency compared with the performance fee really creates responsibility within the traders. So we have no issue with quality from this side. And also for the follower really likes the transparency. But this also increases his responsibility because he can see what's going on. He has seen how did this trader make the performance in the past. So we have, compared to our business, we have a very low number of complaints, just a few with a lot of transactions in the past.
Andreas, I understand you can have laymen being portfolio managers, or you could have professionals as well.
Yes.
I'm curious to know, what do you prefer from the perspective of Wikifolio and its clients? Do you want to see more professional traders offering to follow their portfolio, or are you happy to fully democratize it? And can you tell us a bit about why?
Well, I think the key driver has been the private traders publishing the strategy, because this also creates the virality to the follower, because they can share on Facebook, write blogs and whatever. But we try to have a broader target group in the future, so it's also quite good to have track record from professionals. And for the professionals, it's very valuable because they can create their track record, which is really rock solid, it cannot be manipulated. It has a great value for them at no costs, and this can big advantage for us and for them in the future.
I think we would have time for one question from the audience, if there are any. If no, then I say thank you very much, Andreas.
There was one question.
Sorry, I didn't see that. Who?
Is there an issue of traders copying each other? Of course, if in the fund industry, obviously there is disclosure of the content of the portfolio, but not instantly, right? Here, you could almost copy real time.
Yes.
And mimic. Is that an issue or not?
We have no transaction costs for trading on our platform, so there is no advantage doing the manual copy. So you have more costs if you do it yourself, and you have more a time lag behind, so there's no big advantage. If it's just a private copier, if a professional would use our content, this is crime, and we would work against it.
You do have also certificates that invest into other certificates, don't you?
Yes. We have kind of
3 layers possible as well?
We have We have structure products, so you can buy warrants, for example, on our platform. And second, you can create a wikifolio of wikifolios. But in this case, we do not add fees. So this wrapper is for free, because otherwise it would be unfair.
And could a new trader privately then put the wikifolio and invest into the wikifolio of wikifolios?
No.
Thank you very much for all the answers, Andreas.